Hello everybody, what's going on? I'm the Sinister Siren. Today I am reviewing Teen Wolf Devoid, and this episode is mostly about Stiles because they have to get in his mind to free him. But before that, his father comes to see him at Derek's place, and they're like, "Oh, hey Dad, you come to help me?" Blah, 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 blah. And then he's like, "Well, I gotta handcuff you," and then he does, but he just breaks it, and then it kind of gets a fight because he's fighting Derek, and then you got that other guy, Orchin, or whatever his name is. He's there, and he's gonna shoot Stiles, but he doesn't do it because his Stiles' dad's like pointing a gun at him. He's like, "Don't do it, it's my son," and you get it. But anyways, they end up getting Stiles, but before then, he gets one of those I guess you could say foxtails or whatever, and he cuts his stomach open, and then the flies come out and they possess Derek, one of the twins, and Isaac, and he wakes up and he goes to see Alice in her room, Allison, and then I guess they make out and do whatever the hell they did, and then he's like talking about these weapons and stuff, and then she says, "Well, they're not lethal," and then what about these? These are lethal, you're gonna have to keep these, blah blah blah, or whatever. We got the point, Mr. Isaac. They're dangerous, I understand that, but you're freaking crazy. So Isaac leaves, he goes to fight the twins, and then he's fighting them because one of the twins is taken over by a fly, which is kind of weird. Anyway, so Kira and Allison actually end up fighting them, the twins, and Isaac. And I believe they kind of beat him, in a sense. Well, actually, no. Something happens, I can't remember. Anyways, also Kira and Scott actually lay in the bed together, and Stiles' father almost loses his job, but Scott's father ends up taking up for him or something like that. He says, "That's not the reason I wasn't healed to make you lose your job. I was healed basically for my son." So that was actually kind of cool. So that's good. The sheriff might not lose his job. Who knows? But anyways, they get Stiles, and then basically, because they find him, he's laying in a parking lot or something, and because after they cut his stomach open, and then they use this thing to paralyze him, and then they have to go inside his mind, because they have to use Peter's help to show him, Scott, how to do it. And then he goes into they get into the mine, and they end up finding Stiles, but they really can't do nothing with him. And then Lydia's like, "Hey, he's part of your pack. What do you do to call your pack?" And then he howls, and then basically Stiles kind of wakes up, and they were playing some kind of board game or something. He just knocks it over and shit. And then they wake up. Stiles wakes up later on. He starts puking it all out, like these raps or whatever. And then that Stiles, the one that puked it out, he leaves, and then they unwrap the other one that came out of the wrap, and that's I guess the real Stiles. So that's crazy. And then he takes the other Stiles, takes Lydia. So that's just freaking insane. You never know what's going to happen in this damn show. And also Derek tries to burn his newfound friend, that hunter, which is Allison's father, Arjun or whatever, because they're possessed by that stupid fly. But once they break that thing with Stiles, and that demon, that control is gone. So that's pretty cool. This episode, I would just say, is my favorite so far. This half of the season, I really enjoyed this episode. So I'll give it a 9.5 out of 10. It was almost perfect. It was good, though. I wish there was more action, but there was action at the beginning, and there was a lot of great storytelling. So I really liked it. So give me a thumbs up and subscribe. And don't be a fool. Be like me, little Sinister Siren. Bam!